going to win this.
15 seconds,
I've got to say, we're such lucky people. It's a fantastic location. And I've got to know some of Bieke and Ben's friends. And you really care about them as a couple. Special people. Absolutely beautiful. I applaud you all. Got to say hello to the bitches who looked after the train. Precision to the end. Absolutely stunning. Nobody fell over. No bits of body parts fell out. Absolutely beautiful. As for the guys, what can I say? They did really the best they could. Just looked like they've come from a court appearance, but what the hell? It's only once in a lifetime. Welcome to the new family, the extended family. The Fitzharris hyphenated Fessy clan. Welcome to all of you and to Ben's family, and a special mention to Richard, who can't be with us. We're thinking about him, we miss him. He's with us. My beautiful daughter. I say, I cried when I brought her in. I am not ashamed, I love it a bit. Yeah. And I love Ben like a son. The day that he traditionally asked me for the hand of my daughter in marriage, I will never forget that. He was always a little bit nervous with me in the early days. I can be a bit noisy and a bit scared. Usually when I'm naked. It's okay. No, we met for a few beers. Sam Smith's by the river in York. And I sensed something. I was a little bit nervous. And he kept looking at me, and then he just came out with it. And he said the traditional words, would you give me permission to marry your daughter? Absolutely beautiful moment. And we stood up and we hugged. Love him to bits. Yeah, and the spooky thing is, we were meeting her later and Ben arranged to meet us a little bit early. I didn't realise why. And Bieke got a picture of that moment, which you sent me a year to the day it was meant to be. Very welcome. It's a match made in heaven. Really. When you have children, you change as a person. It's inevitable, it really is. How am I doing? 44 minutes, okay.
48, Kev, come on.
You really cannot prepare yourself for it. And when I first heard Lynn tell me that she's pregnant, I sulked. I did, yeah. I was a reluctant father, I admit it here now in front of the Pope. I had the best man cave in the world. I had a 1966 Porsche 911, I had a vintage Beetle and a fantastic workshop. And the first thing I did was I went down the bottom of the workshop and hit big pieces of metal with a hammer. And my neighbour came across and I said, I've just heard the news. And he put his arm around me and says, it'll be fine, it'll work out. Don't worry, somehow it happens. He was a lying bastard, I had to sell everything. And he was absolutely right. Somehow you manage. So, when she was born, big man, no problem, I can cope with this. Take a blanket, a piece of rope and a shovel. That's what you do. John Wayne said so. And you can't prepare yourself for this, for those who have not experienced it. The most wonderful, wonderful, wonderful experience. Killer, really. And I first bonded with Bieke when, still in the hospital, to give Lynn a break, she went for a bath, because she up to here in muck and bullets. You don't want to know the gory details. However, I've got pictures. So, me and Bieke had a moment together where We went off in the side road. I was laid on my back, and Mika was placed on my front.
Skin to skin.
And she fell asleep
Skin to skin.
on my chest, and I've never ever forgotten that moment. And that's when you know that you will protect that little body for the rest of your life, whatever happens. Really, really, really. A most wonderful moment, and it changes your life. Some say you might become softer because you worry about them and you become more responsible in theory, but all that matters is their happiness. And this personifies it all. Absolutely wonderful. And then you think, wow, I'm okay. And then Theo comes along, you think, I'll be alright with that. But no, you're not. But he was 4 stone when he was born. Yeah. Now,
Two set of notes.
once again, you go in there in the full John Deere overalls, Wellingtons, and the magic happens again. And the bond between a parent and their children is so special. The best you can hope for, they remain your friends. You don't own them. They have to move on, have their lives. If you remain friends with them and you're proud of them, which I am, that's the best you can hope for. Absolutely wonderful. So I'm so happy with this extended family. Really am. Mika's nickname was Baby Number 1. Really, Baby Number 1. We got to 7, but even Lynn doesn't know about that. Baby Number 1 is super special. And when we send messages to each other, our card is from Baby Number 1. Gets me every time. I see Ben, I have no right to say this as a son. You and Theo are like brothers. I've watched you develop. You're a little bit shy with the family. You feel part of us, don't you? Say you do, please.
I'm used to you lot now.
Yeah, yeah. We were always a bit noisy and a bit scary. But he got through the apprenticeship and he was really accepting.
It's toughened up.
This is the best place in the world to have this. You must agree. It's just amazing. Everybody will remember this. You'll all have your special memories. And I'm so proud to be here for this. And to summarise it all, it's yeah.
8 minutes 20.
Come on, Ben.
Now then. First of all, I'd just like to say on behalf of myself and my new wife, just a massive thank you to you all for making this humongous effort to come all the way out here for us. It really does mean the absolute world to us that you put all this effort to come here and spend this day with us. So thank you all very, very much. I'm going to just crack on and just thank everyone before my voice breaks. Right. Thank you to Big Kev for his great speech, emotional roller coaster that he is. I spent about half an hour, to be honest, trying to ask him for his permission, but we ended up just getting a couple of pints and having a good chip about guitars. So, but he's already a great father-in-law, and of course I knew I wanted to marry his daughter when he gave me a guitar as a present. Both sets of parents have been absolutely amazing, really great help for me, and particularly for me for keeping her semi-sane throughout the last year and a half of organising it. We just can't thank you enough for your continued sort of support and guidance, helping us be. Oh yeah. My mum Sally is so amazing. She's so amazing, loving and calming, and has given us such great advice for this day. It's been really helpful, especially with me, Sam and Matt, and what we might have gone through, previously. So thank you very much for that. When you're ready. So like I say, my mum's been really calm, sort of, like I say, for every calm there's a storm. Lynn's been on the phone in York and helping Mika with every detail that she can, and I know Mika is extremely grateful for Lynn, Sally's help, and just as a little thank you as well, Theo has got Lynn something that he's going to bring up to her. And of course, Theo's going to come back up right now with something for Bieke. Next, I'm just going to thank the two father figures in my life, both of which sadly can't be here today. Firstly, Richard, who is an ever calm and down-to-earth figure that is gutted he can't be here today. He's doing really well and remaining really strong, and I know he'll be really happy to be just back home surrounded by his daughters anyway, so he'll be pretty happy, and the dogs. Secondly, to my ultimate rock god in the sky, who would have enjoyed every single part of this day. We miss him every day. Thanks. I decided for you to stand up for me. Next, I would like to introduce and thank the new Mrs. Fessy. She has organised every single detail of this day, including my Les Paul guitar pin. Absolutely in love. So I've just love it to pieces, and I can't thank her for everything that she's done. So, sorry. And I find myself truly happy every day. About 5 years ago, I probably spent every Friday and Saturday night in a pub or doing something just mental. Or
You still do?
Yeah. Well, now I find myself truly happy when we just sat on the sofa with just a good craft beer and TV on the go, just chilling and snuggled up. She is the best person I've ever met. So beautiful, kind, intelligent, and loving. She really is my best friend. I'm just going to raise a glass to Bieke, who has made every part of this day happy, like I say. Express the thanks I've got for her. To Bieke.
Oh God!
Bridesmaids, just stop crying for 1 second. Kelly, Claire, and Faye, just stand up.
Yeah, stand up! Come on!
These girls have been amazing. They're actually named The Pack.
Big cheers!
All the way, and they really have been absolutely amazing. So I just thank you so much. I'm really grateful. Thank you.
Thank you! Love you guys!
On a similar note, I'm going to thank Flick, Afra and Chloe for helping Mika look absolutely gorgeous today.
Chloe!
Flick, stand up. Chloe, thank you all so much. Last of all, I would like to thank my awesome lads, my groomsmen, for their help with me remaining sane throughout the last year and a half. They look very sharp and they've been ready at a minute's notice to help me with absolutely anything. So thank you Bruce, thank you Foggy, thank you Matthew, thank you Theo, thank you Samo! Once again, I just would really like to express my complete gratitude for you all to coming to Venice and spending a lot of money. It really does mean a lot, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Finally, here is the best men. One of them has spent time and effort trying to get a perfect speech organised. The other recipe saying he just can't wait to take the piss out of me. They're both trustworthy people and good, honest people. However, for the next however long they're going to go on, everything they're going to say is a complete load of lies. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce and Foggy. Orange.
17 on the clock. Oh, we went back. 1 minute. We've got 1 minute.
Right. We only have 2 microphones, so we're just going to have to wait it with one. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Ben, for that glowing introduction. For those of you who don't know, I'm Bruce, and this is Foggy. I know we're not a couple. He unfortunately is out of my league, and I'm happily married. We were asked by both to both be best men for this wedding, which we were honoured to do, of course, and also because Ben said he'd buy the rest of the beers for the night. So I hope you honest that.
Firstly, we'd just like to take a minute to mention Ben's dad, Mark, who we know will be looking on proudly as we all are today, and to Richard, who we both know and we all know. Really happy to see us on the FaceTime from ceremony. So just like to raise a glass to the two of them.
Right. Before we get stuck into Ben,
He's gay, I knew he was. You can't have teeth like that.
we would also like to say how beautiful all the bridesmaids look. And how much of a help you've been to Mika for the last few months in preparation for the big day. I did think the 8 strippers that Donna had hired for the hen do were a little bit excessive, but never mind. And speaking of Donna,
Yes!
now, I know, it's a wedding and people get all lovey at weddings and it's all very, fun. But I'd just like to remind you that all brothers of the groom I wouldn't say they're off limits, but I've asked Matt and he's not interested. Sam's taken and kept the babies. Yeah. Save me the embarrassment. Move on.
We also need to thank the happy couple for ensuring that we both look better than Ben on his wedding day. These suits are great, thank you.
You are.
Look at this, beautiful.
Now, Ben and Bieke have been together now for over 8 years. Fortunately, I've had the pleasure of knowing Ben a lot longer than that. We first met at Beedale Primary School at the tender age of 4. He had his Animals of Farthing Wood lunchbox. And Snot, obviously, his beloved hand puppet.
Matthew named him, it's not funny.
And I had a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle backpack, so needless to say, we were both the cool kids in school.
2 years later, I stumbled across this flourishing friendship. I was put in the same year 2 classes, Ben and Bruce. The duo quickly became a trio, and we've never looked back since. With us all living so close in Beedale, we used to take it in turns to go around to each other's houses and completely empty our parents' fridges. Ben focusing mainly on chicken, Marmite, sweet corn and ketchup. The foundations of an athlete's physique.
Speaking of athletes, we all had a shared interest in sport. From a young age, starting with football and then progressing into basketball. Once we reached high school, we'd spend more or less every lunch break, free period or evening striving for greatness and being able to carry the mantle of 21 champion, king of horse, or until I fell over and broke my wrist.
Following college, we put some focus on our futures. Firefighting, engineering, RPA admin. We always managed to get together for a beer, or go to a gig, or play some basketball on the night. Usually down the pub, which led to many memories being made. Like Ben throwing up in Laura's bath after a heavy night.
Cleaned it though, didn't I?
Ben dislocated his elbow, trying to look cool, sliding down the ice outside the chippy one night. Or Ben's uncontrollable sneezing fits after he's had a few too many drinks. Like the night we finally got him to Beedale bonfire. Loves a firework. He managed to get through the horrific ordeal by smashing his way for as much JD and Coke out of his backpack as he could.
Then Ben took the decision to move to York to go to uni, and that's where it all began. I remember being in the pub with Ben. It might have been, yeah.
Sorry.
And this gorgeous person with long flowing brown hair, flawless skin, beautiful eyes, and a great bum, by the way. All heads kind of turned as she walked, well, they walked in. They seemed to all go in slow motion. Anyway, as soon as Jordan got out of the way, I spotted makeup behind him.
Thank you.
Those of you who know Ben knows he loves his music. Having played guitar since around the age of 12, and being in one great band and some absolute train wrecks, rolling the dice. He's played many gigs all over the north of England, and we've been to as many of them as we can be, and as many as we could be possible. But by far his biggest fan has always been the woman sat by his side today.
His mother.
Now we all know Ben's interest in craft beer, so both tasting and brewing. So we thought we'd describe the blushing bride as Ben would describe the brew.
Oh!
She's easy on the eye, with a great figure, a little fruity and a touch nutty. She always brings a smile to his face. However, if you surround her for too long, you might have a headache.
So nevertheless, knowing the care and devotion Ben puts into his beer brewing is nothing compared to how much he loves and adores Mika. Whether it's whipping up a famous Fretty frittata after a long day at work, or I wrote this before the weekend, so or Mika consoling Ben when Arsenal lost again.
Wrong answer. Champions, mate.
Or just being there for one another when they need to be. There are no two people who could better be suited for each other, and both me and Foggy and everybody who made the trip over here to be with you on your special day know that you will have a long and happy future together as husband and wife.
And on that note, if everyone could please be upstanding. We'd like to raise a glass to Mr. and Mrs. Fessy.
Well, chaps.